Hello and welcome, it's Darius Barazandeh. This is your Friday energy update, and it's been an interesting week. As I shared on Monday, we have a Gemini supermoon that actually came online on Thursday. So yesterday, if you're hearing this on Friday, this moon came on, and we basically are now in the full effects of this. We also had something that I've been praying about, our community's been praying about, and it's the situation that occurred in Manchester. So I want to talk about all of these things and how they relate to your awakening, your life, and what we are doing, and also how the week shaped up and what it meant as we brought in some special energies to help with all this. I'm going to find a really nice spot where I can sit, and we'll just sit and talk about what's going on and help you today. All right, let's see. One of the things that I wanted to share about this week that was really interesting is that we had the influence of this Gemini supermoon. And what a supermoon really is, all it means is that in the elliptical course of this moon as it goes around the Earth, it's just closest to the Earth at that one point. That makes it a supermoon. So in this time, this moon is going to be very big, and so it's going to look bigger. Well, it's a Gemini supermoon, and what that means is a lot of the energies are going to draw us to go back into the inner perspectives, back into trying to think about things a lot more, maybe than actually being in the moment and doing. Here's the challenge for most people. When we get into those types of energies, those types of vibrations, we can actually spend a lot of time thinking and then getting lost in our mind. And we know that if we stay present to what is, we actually create the reality we want. If we go back and think about the past, particularly old ways that things were, or old viewpoints or old perspectives, what happens? We basically get mired down into all of that past energy. So during this Gemini supermoon, it's so critical for you to ask one simple question when thoughts and ideas come up. Here it is. Higher self, show me the perspective that reveals my truth. Higher self, show me the perspective that reveals my truth. And do that right now for anything that you're wondering about or any big questions you have about your life. And you can feel right now the winds agreeing with me. This Gaia says, yes, that's where we need to be. Big winds today, so we can look around. A lot of beautiful energy here in the forest. Higher self, what is the perspective that is the fullest truth of me? I'll just let everybody stay there for 1 second. You can always come back and watch this part. And let it come in. We had a lot of things happening this week, a lot of interesting energies, some of them breaking our hearts. The tragedy in Manchester and all of the lives affected. And as we do this, you know, one of the things I've been sharing is we plug in, we have to hold the truth that we are the light that is here to light up the world. I shared in a few videos that if we hold in a lot of this energy of what happened in our hearts, we can sympathize, we can hold space, we can love. But if we hold it in, we can drown our light. We have to send our light into the planet, and that means allowing your goodness, your joy, your oneness in light of whatever's happened to go forward into the earth and into the planet. Because if we have a dark room, if there's dark energy of tragedy, we can't bring in more light by scooping out the darkness or saying we're going to take all the darkness into our own hearts and we're going to cover our own light, and then that's going to make the room light again. The way we lighten up that room is we bring in a flashlight, we bring in a light bulb, we bring in the energy of the light, and that light disperses the darkness instantly. On the planet, that's kind of what's happening right now. There are a lot of people in fear and darkness and sadness, and a lot of this energy grid continues to, you know, permeate all around the planet. We have to bring our light. That means stay in your truth. Particularly with this Gemini supermoon, we want to stay connected to the highest perspective that empowers what we really are. So that's why I wanted to share that question with you. And one of the things that we decided to do this week, in light of all this Gemini energy that we knew was coming in, was have some incredible speakers that would help you maximize this. We kicked off Monday with our guest Matt Andrews, and this light language that he does is literally an amplified and accelerated light language. Some people have called it like light language on steroids, and it is literally like magnified x10. You are going to hear Matt Andrews' session down below. Take a listen to it. It is profound. We had that session on Monday. It was mind-blowing and really unlike any other light language that I've ever heard. It's incredibly fast and it's incredibly empowering. And Matt's big message, his big core truth, is that you can move forward. You can create your life in a whole new way. So listen to those activations. He does about 4 or 5 of them that are absolutely mesmerizing, just incredible. On Tuesday, we had an amazing guest, Ed Strachar, and Ed is unlike anybody that you've probably heard before. He will slay many sacred cows regarding energy and energy healing, but what he shared with us was mind-blowing. You're going to learn actually how to connect to your cosmic star, that each soul has a star that they call home. And when we connect to this cosmic energy for healing, for transformation, we bypass what is known on Earth as the frequency fence. Now, this frequency fence, we learned from Ed during this interview, is kind of like a ceiling that prevents humanity at times from really going into the highest realms. When we stop looking for Earth energies to actually transform us and go to our cosmic origin, and we connect in through our heart and the light of the star coming in, we can bypass this fence. This is how Ed has created some miraculous healing. And I believe when tragedies happen on the planet, all of our frequencies drop down, and in essence, collectively, we all go to a lower level. So what I'd ask is, as we listen into these sessions, that we allow our frequency to raise and we hold in compassion those that had this challenge and pain, but we also stay in our light. And I think you're going to get a lot out of Ed's session and understanding how we are actually connected to a much higher light from cosmic sources. Now on Wednesday we had Nikki Ray, who incredibly was a listener at UWealth Revolution years ago. She underwent some deep traumatic abuse in her life and discovered through her higher self a process called Picnic. And you're going to hear the whole story. It's profound. You're actually going to get to experience this, because as you do this, you'll find it'll be very hard to hold low vibrations. Now, she's somebody who was a listener at UWealth Revolution just a few short years ago, and now she's healing the planet. And this circle is what's possible for all of us, for you as well. And on Thursday, we brought Debbie Johnson back live to give us big answers as to what's going on in the world and also what's going on in our lives. And you'll experience a really amazing angelic connection that is so pertinent for our times, that will give us hope and possibility. You'll feel it. It was incredible. It's going to fill your heart up, and I know you'll be in a different space after hearing that. So thank you for being in my life. Enjoy all the sessions. We also have some big specials with Scalar Wave. If you've been wanting a laser, we've got some extra inventory. Paul and Lily are actually going to be giving a free device add-on with every order this weekend, and there's a lot of beautiful things happening to help move all of us into our whole new light and love. Much love, and thank you for being in my life. I love you, and thank you so much.